You can keep talking about the numbers or you can talk about the reality. Yes, we're all proud when we are told that we are growing by 8% in Q2 FY 25-26. We're very happy when we are told we are going to be the world's fastest growing economy. But, ladies and gentlemen, while all this happens, what about us? What about Yuvraj Mehta? He was 27-year-old, ladies and gentlemen. He drove into a ditch 500 meters away from his house in Greater Noida Sector 150. Ladies and gentlemen, there was thick fog and the authorities forgot, or rather did not have any barricade around an open ditch. This is the least the government can do. This is the least the local administration can do. The young man ended up driving his car in thick fog right into a pit with about 30 feet of water. He called his father and said, "Please save me, I don't want to die." But it was too late, ladies and gentlemen. By the time his body was recovered, it was 4:30 in the morning, and he was no more. And it is on occasions like this that we must step back and ask ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, could something like this happen to us? Could we be the next victims? Will we keep on celebrating how well we are doing while not looking at the reality of what is happening on the ground? And the moment I start talking about the reality of what is happening on the ground, the problem is some people will say, "Oh, you're speaking against BJP, you're speaking against government." No, don't make that mistake. I'm speaking for the people. You think the people of this country are not frustrated when they see a 6-month-old infant killed because of contaminated water, because toilet water mixes with drinking water? 6-month-old dies, 13 people die. And the minister concerned uses bad language with the media which questions them. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that the people of this country are not angry when things like this happen? When sewage water mixes up with drinking water? Ladies and gentlemen, it's all right to say, we are a country with a GDP of 4.18 trillion. And to say, no, we're crossing Japan. We're going to be bigger than Germany. But ladies and gentlemen, all very good, fantastic, keep celebrating. But do not look away when Republic tells you that there are pigeon droppings and there is garbage in the KD Jadhav Stadium, that it has been embarrassing what happened last week and what has been happening over the last few days. Monkeys roaming around in an international sporting venue. Monkeys roaming around freely. Foreign players making fun of the facilities, or rather lack of facilities. And here we are going to celebrate, we're going to send the largest ever contingent to Davos. But we're not going to look at the reality of what's happening in the country. The moment I ask these questions, some people will say, "Oh, you're questioning the government." No, don't be ridiculous. I'm speaking for the people. The people are fed up with this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are told, no. Only talk about how tech-based AI giants are pledging $60-70 billion. Well, very good. I'm very happy. But can't we have both? Can't we have the investment and not the kind of chaos that we saw during Indigo? Has Indigo given an answer till now? We want to see this at the situation in our airports. We want people to sloganeer their way out of airports. Ladies and gentlemen, is there any action against these airlines? No. You're going to instead allow Indigo to fly Turkish planes on Indian sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm only telling you the reality. People want progress. Progress for the people. Hashtag progress for the people. Progress not just in statistics. Progress not just in data. Progress not just in press releases. You say you put a press release saying we have given 3,794 crores to the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports last year. But look at this. What happened to the 15-year-old Hardik Rath practicing basketball in the court? During his practice session, he aimed a powerful shot where he jumped, controlling the ball above the rim and trying to aim it directly through the hoop. But at that very moment, the hoop fell and the pole fell, killing him. Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, when this happened on the 25th of November, 2025, is this progress for the people? Is this progress for the people? The place of this accident was the basketball court at the district's Lakhan Majra village in Rohtak district of Haryana. 15-year-old national level player died. Where is progress for the people? Don't show me progress of numbers. Don't tell me we have got FDI of 51 billion. Don't expect me to do a hagiography. Don't expect me to say, well, great, well done, fantastic. I'm going to still talk about the IGI roof collapse at Delhi airport. I'm still going to talk about it, where a 45-year-old driver, cab driver, doing his honest job was killed because there was pressure of rainwater accumulated on the roof. Ladies and gentlemen, if a taxi driver dies because the roof collapses, tell me where else in the world do things like this happen? And if you say, yeah, it happens all around the world, even so, I will say, why should we keep up with it? You see, this is happening too often. And we are being thrown statistics. Statistics are not the answer. We are told healthcare system is growing at 17, 20%. Fantastic. Private healthcare companies are making money. Hospitals, private hospitals are making money. But great. So let's say, oh, we got a lot of foreign investors coming in to pump in money into the healthcare sector. But is that really the growth of the healthcare sector? When I show the pictures from Gonda, this is the reality of the healthcare sector in this country. This is the visuals from Gonda, Uttar Pradesh, orthopedic ward. Dozens of rats are climbing on the bed where patients lay asleep. Rats are on the bed, on the drip, jumping over the sleeping patients and all over the hospital floor. And I'm told, no, don't talk about all this. Rats freely roaming in a government orthopedic ward. And I'm said, no, don't talk about it. I will talk about it because we want progress for the people. I have no problem with statistical progress, but statistical progress has to be accompanied with progress for the people. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be clear, the people of India are not flying first class all the time. The people of India are experiencing this. The people of India are feeling this. And I would always say there must never be a gap between statistical progress and progress for the people. There has to be a closer match between the two. Yes, I do believe there will be a domino effect. Over a period of time, there will be a trickle-down effect. But for how long? How long will that trickle-down take? Till then, will we put up with rats in hospitals? Till that, will we put up with basketball players dying, with basketball hoops and rods falling over them? Till then, will we put up with what happened during Indigo? Till then, will be put up with what we saw, a 27-year-old techie who dies, his car goes into a ditch because someone in the government couldn't care. And everything is not compensation. You can't compensate for hurt, trauma, and lives. Bihar, we are told, has been given 9.23 lakh crores in the last decade. But I still saw the visuals of a 1,700 crore rupee under construction bridge between two pillars collapsing with full force into the water. Is this progress for the people? That 1,700 crores spent on that bridge was paid for by you and me. This happened on the 4th of June, 2023 in Bhagalpur, Bihar. You'll say you're picking up a 2-3-year-old incident. No, I picked up Morbi too. I picked up what happened in Gujarat. I'm saying this is government, not government money. This is taxpayer money. And at some point of time, this question will have to be answered. We will have to think about the stories we put on the inside pages and ask ourselves whether we have the courage to put it on the front page. We will have to ask ourselves, are we more concerned, ladies and gentlemen, about Greenland or Greater Noida? We'll have to be more concerned, whether we are more concerned about what happens in Bihar or Venezuela. We're going to have to think whether we are more concerned about what happens in Iran or Gonda, Uttar Pradesh. We cannot be in our own urban bubble anymore. This country has to grow, but the people of the country must have better opportunities with it. And those opportunities are within our reach. All we have to do is raise our voice a little bit more. We must. Progress for the people.